Hey y'all, Captain IrixGuy here. Now when I'm not sailing the seas, I'm usually flying my drone. And that's something I enjoy doing. Now, here's Sean Coonery. Hey Sean Coonery, how are you doing? He said, I'm doing perfectly well. But what I want to talk about in this video is something that you may not have pondered. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably a fellow drone connoisseur like myself. You like to get out there and fly. Maybe you're passionate about capturing the video. Maybe you're passionate about capturing photos. Maybe you don't even have a camera on it, and you just enjoy the flight dynamics and watching that quadcopter or hexacopter or whatever hover around. It's so much fun. It's just a new twist that technology has enabled us to enjoy. Now, something a lot of people may not have pondered is what's next. Now, inevitably, drones, when they first came out, they were only accessible by people with an extreme amount of financial means. And they were pretty much extreme beta type vehicles. They weren't refined at all. So even if someone could afford to get one of the earlier model drones in their hands, they probably wouldn't be able to control it. And if they could, it probably wouldn't provide the level of satisfaction that they were expecting. Nowadays, with drones, even the top of the line, and keep in mind when I say top of the line, I'm referring to, at the time of posting this, the DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus. So it's the latest and greatest technology from the DJI manufacturer, and that's what I've got right here in my hands. It's actually my second DJI Phantom because, well, I crashed my first one into a tree. It was my own fault. It was piloting error. It was not the drone failing or anything like that. But this is the most advanced consumer level drone off the shelf, ready to fly at the time of posting this. And this is going to set somebody back. You can check the link within this video's description, but it's over $1,000 at the time of posting this. But in the past, we would have been talking about several $1,000s, and you wouldn't have been able to get something in such a user-friendly package that you have right here with the Phantom 2 Vision Plus. So this is just like a computer. The first computers came out, they were controlled by geeks only. They were not, even though they may have been accessible by some of the people with an extreme amount of financial wealth, they wouldn't have been able to use it had they purchased it because it was so advanced. What's cool about this is that it's an easy to use tool that's becoming more and more readily available. The previous version of this is well below $1,000. And there's drones out there that people can get, more toy grade type drones that people can get for under $100 easily. One that comes to mind immediately is the SEMA. And with all of this becoming more accessible, and this is where why I'm posting this video, with all of these tools becoming more accessible and more accessible from a financial perspective and more easy to control, what we're inevitably creating is the opportunity for less than responsible drone owners to go out and say, well, you know, I would go out and buy dinner, but I'm going to skip dinner tonight and I'm going to use that money and buy a drone instead, and I'm going to do something unethical with it. So, you know, maybe they crash it into a stop sign, maybe they crash it into a building, maybe they take it off their balcony at their hotel when they're drunk after being at the beach all day and try to crash it into a crowd. That's where problems are going to come into play. Now, what you probably have not thought of is that some of our freedoms, and I'm saying this from the perspective of a United States citizen, but many of our freedoms are protected by something referred to as the Constitution. Now, if you read the Constitution, you will find no mention of a drone, a UAV, a UAS, whatever you want to call it. You will not find that in the Constitution. And I challenge you to read the Constitution and say, okay, on page blah, 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 it referenced the DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus. It's just not there. So myself, and possibly you, being a fellow responsible drone owner, you want to preserve your aerial rights. And you want to be able to go out. Maybe, like I said, you don't even have to snap photos. Maybe you're just going out and flying and enjoying the relaxation associated with holding a control in your hands and watching this thing soar up in the sky. If these freedoms are taken away, that'll be a luxury that we cannot enjoy. And it'll also be, in this, taking it from a business point of view, it's also going to de-evolve. Because right now we're seeing the evolutionary process. We're going from, okay, radio control vehicles to GPS assisted flight to now we've got a high definition camera on board. So we're seeing this this evolution. And if you get regulation in there, that evolution was pointless because there's nothing next. Everything was halted because of regulation. Because of a few idiots that were buying an affordable drone, they were skipping dinner, they were buying that affordable drone, and they were going out and getting drunk and flying it and creating problems. So as a concerned drone owner and an embracer of this technology, not just an embracer, but you can watch my hundreds of drone videos. Captain IrixGuy here loves drones. And I realize that this is still in a beta state. Even though this is a finalized product, it's only going to get better. I still consider this, even though it is silky smooth and you can see for yourself the videos I posted, I mean, they're absolutely mind-blowing. But it's only going to get better. And I don't want to see that progression halted because of regulation. So I've created aerialrights.com. And aerialrights.com was created by me, Captain IrixGuy. And I'm not looking for donations or anything like that. I'm not trying to create some organization that's highly political and confrontational and whatever. What I'm going to do with aerialrights.com is raise awareness. And what I would appreciate my viewership do, even if you're not a drone person yourself, I would appreciate you sharing it with others. It's aerialrights.com. Join the forums there. Engage in the conversation. Ask questions. Even if you're not a drone owner, learn more about drones. Interact with the community there at aerialrights.com. And let's help to raise awareness together. Because this is something, regulation is something that will not only potentially impact Captain IrixGuy, but it's something that could potentially impact much more valuable people. We're talking large corporations that would be able to use these drones, these UAVs, these UASs, whatever you want to call them, to propel their business to the next level. And that's a perspective that a lot of people, it's easy to watch these videos, and it's easy for me to film these videos, to edit these videos and upload these videos and watch them and be like, that's cool. And there's a lot more to it than just the coolness factor. It's a coolness factor now because we're still in the early phases of drone awareness and drone adoption. But by still being in that early phase, we're also subject to an extreme amount of regulation. So if we're not careful and we don't help to bond, if we don't bond together and help to raise awareness, and that's what aerialrights.com is raising awareness, sharing ideas, sharing knowledge, sharing safety tips. It's everything drone, everything pro drone. And even if you're against drones, go to aerialrights.com and share your feedback. Let everyone know why do you feel that drones are a negative thing. It's not my intent to create a politically fueled forum, but it is my intent to preserve our aerial freedoms, and together we can do that. Because what I've been doing responsibly has really entertained me, and it's also educated me, and ultimately it's caused me to question what's next. And when I say what's next, I don't want to look up and say drones banned, turn on my CNN or whatever and see drones banned. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. What I want to see is that because of the drone we were able to do blah 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 and it be a positive event. Maybe there was someone lost at sea. And because of a drone, they were able to fly out and find them, and they were out there, and maybe there was something else. A helicopter would be, excuse me, this is a hypothetical situation, but it would have been unsafe to fly a helicopter, but instead they were able to fly out a, let's just say a hexacopter, UAV, drone, whatever you want to call it, and they had some like water and food attached to it, and they said, here you go, you know, munch on this until we can, until the waves die down and we can get a boat or a helicopter out there. That sort of thing. Positive drone use. And from a commercial perspective, think about a drone for aerial photography. Maybe you're involved with real estate. Maybe you're involved with some sort of business to where it would be advantageous to have those aerial stills and or aerial videos. And from a cost savings perspective, spending a few hundred or a few $1,000 versus renting an airplane and or hiring a pilot for a few hours, plus fuel and all of that. And then when you're filming from an airplane or whatever, the video quality is not as good, because more than likely they don't have a gimbal. They probably got a second guy in there, which you're also probably paying for, holding a camera and trying to film stable video, but inevitably, because they're in a helicopter or an airplane, you're going to get that video jello, so you're going to see those lines that are kind of going through that. This is a very affordable, very effective videography tool, photography tool, and just a tool for fun. But it's the responsibility component, being responsible, the act of enjoying it, but saying, hey, I'm responsible, that matters. Because otherwise, those idiots that go out, you know, like, man, I'm going to skip dinner. I'm just going to drink me some, I'll just drink a few 40s and go flying off my balcony. Those are the people that are going to help to expedite regulation. And if we don't come together now as responsible drone owners and drone users, if we don't come together now, we're in essence becoming part of the problem, because we're not helping to stand up for our rights. They'll probably try to rip away in the near future. And again, I'm not trying to create a politically fueled forum here, but what I am doing is encouraging everyone to help support my site IrixGuy.com. Let's help it grow. Share with others. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/IrixGuy. And most importantly, go to aerialrights.com. Join in on the forum conversation. Ask questions. Post whatever you feel is relevant to those forums. And let's help this grow. And let's help to, let's just bond together. And let's raise positive awareness for responsible drone use. And let's help to raise awareness for where this technology could benefit us in the future. And just one of thousands of possible examples. And I mean, it's stuff that will be continued to be dreamed up in the future should these not become overly regulated. But just that rescue attempt I was talking about. No humans at risk. They're prolonging the life of the stranded person at sea until they can bring humans in to safely evacuate them. These are great tools. These are great toys. But they must be used responsibly, and we must stand up and help to positively promote our aerial rights. So know your aerial rights, and be sure to join the forums on aerialrights.com. I got a piece of dirt in my hand because I ripped it off the case. This waterproof and ruggedized case, I take it I swim with it, and I throw it in the water and float on top and swim to shore and launch my drone. I mean, it's incredible, and that's just one of those types of activities that should overregulation come into play, it wouldn't exist. And something else I'd like to say, if you would like to carry on this conversation, obviously I've mentioned aerialrights.com, but if you would like to contact me directly, and you can do that by way of aerialrights.com or IrixGuy.com. Contact me directly if you want me to appear on your YouTube channel. your television channel. However you would like to interact with me, I'd love to do that, because it'd be a cool conversation, and it also helps to raise awareness in regards to responsible drone use, and my website, aerialrights.com. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.